What's good everybody, Jeff here. I hope you guys are doing good. I just got back from my trip to California and Las Vegas and oh boy, that was great. I have a lot of stories to tell and I'm still a bit jet lagged, which is why I kind of sound like I'm tired, but I am back now. Today I would like to talk about going pro and mostly focus on how to do it. With all my travels and the events I have attended, the content I make and the videos where I teach people how to play, but more recently during the Join the Republic tournament that I'm taking part in, I do feel like it is a relevant topic, at least for me of course. As the captain of Team France, I had to pick 4 players to create a team with them. We have a month to practice and we will have to beat 7 other countries in a tournament taking place in Sweden in January. In front of me you will find no one else than Pronax, Flum, Isako, Henry G, Spongy, Nuki and even C9. But here's the thing, we are not able to pick players who already played at a pro level. The goal of the tournament is to give a chance to new talents to show themselves and hopefully going pro in the end. And as I've said, the tournament and the overall project is really something that fits what I do online, and I do have this question on a daily basis. How to go pro? Like, what are the steps? First thing first, get the fuck out of matchmaking. Being global is something, not relevant in going pro though, and you need to understand the difference between pugs and team practice. The playstyle, the level of your opponents, and also the amount of easy kills that you will get is way different. The game is the same, you still play CSGO, but it plays differently. There's a whole new meta to learn, a whole new way of playing to master. What used to be common would now be a fake or even used against you. The smallest detail matters and you gotta get used to it. Your passion is now your job and tied to your success. And I would rather say it straight away, even if you are good at CSGO, I would not recommend quitting school to go pro. I'll take for example one of the fan mail I got from a viewer of mine who really seemed to be motivated. He told me he quitted his job and will now practice to get better and go pro because it is his dream. And although I will always recommend you to go for it, I will not recommend you to do it this way. I'm gonna be a bit rough, but like, if you wanna fly, jumping off a cliff, hoping that you will learn how to spread your wings on the way down, is, you know, it's kind of risky, obviously. And technically, he quit his job in order to practice so that only then he will be able to try to go pro. Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't think it is necessary at all costs to finish your studies before you try to go pro, but do not quit unless you are already on the edge of doing it. You've gotta have something concrete to put your feet on. Being confident will not pay your rent. And even then, keep in mind that going pro doesn't only rely on your skill, but also on your resilience, ability to bounce back, and it is true that there is a part of social skills as you need to find teammates to bond with and to stay together. And as I get older, I realize it more and more. If you're gonna try hard something, could be sport, esports, studies, success doesn't come without sacrifices. And it took me some time to fully understand the depth of this. When I was younger, I would think differently. What kind of sacrifices are you even talking about? This is my passion, I like to spend my time this way anyway, so like, where's the sacrifices? But then growing up, you realize that all the time you have spent doing it is sometime you will never get back. All those hours that you have invested to make it real is sometime you could have spent having fun or traveling, going out with your friends, building relations, getting life experiences, or even spend some time with the one you love. And if after all those sacrifices it still doesn't work, how will you feel? So, you still want to go for it? Great! And don't get me wrong, going pro is something amazing. I just want to make sure that you understand what it comes with. Esport is growing at a fast rate and getting your name out there is easier than it used to be before. However, it also means that you have more people trying, therefore it is not easier. To begin with, build yourself a routine and practice individually, so it could be deathmatch or watching demos or getting some map knowledge, working your smokes, all that kind of stuff, including the tricky jumps such as for example window mirage to that thing on top of short. But it has to be natural, you have to be individually at your best. And also when I'm saying that you have to go deathmatch, I'm not talking about the one from Valve, that one sucks ass, you have to find one made by the community. Then you will have to join a team, try to find what role suits you best, and I'm gonna give you 2 advices that will help you during your entire life. Yeah, I'm just giving that away for free. Number 1, you will never be good enough to the point where you have nothing left to learn. Learn from everybody, your teammates, your opponents, watch demos, try to find better way to find your smokes. Basically, never ever consider yourself too good to learn. And number 2, don't fucking cheat. Surely it is tempting, there's money down the line and a little push might help you to grab it, but taking shortcuts is not gonna work and there's plenty of people on the edge of going pro who got caught by their past and now, well, game over. Anyway, you have your team, you practice once, twice, maybe 3 times a week, and with this team you're gonna have to go out and play some local LANs. It's an important step in your career because going pro, you're not gonna play from your bedroom in your comfort zone. You're gonna play in front of people, eventually plenty of people. And of course that comes with a lot of pressure, and you will have to learn how to handle pressure. And honestly, I don't think there's an easy way for that. There's no tip, basically, you gotta get through. And lastly, one thing that could help you would be the FPL. The Face It Pro League is a very closed circle where the pros and semi-pros face each other. And in order to play with or against them, you have to go through different qualifiers and face some good players on the way, which is a good way to test yourself. Qualifying through a national hub and then eventually making it into the big pool with the big boys, you will have a way and some chances to show yourself and get your name out there. And I do want to point out that I am not sponsored or I do not have any gain in promoting them, but it really is something seamless in the CS sphere. I could talk about Raps from Mousy Sport or even Ziwu, Twist, Stewie2K, and there's many more people who got spotted there because they were just playing good against the pros. But in the end, there isn't a well-defined way of going pro. A little bit of luck, of resilience, and of course, skill is involved. But hopefully you now understand a little bit more about what it represents. Keep in mind, nothing comes free, and of course, from the outside point of view, the pros seems to have an easy life. But there's always more to see behind the curtains than it seems, and I don't think that the lifestyle they have could fit everybody. Anyway, that's it for me for this video. I hope you have learned something, or at least that it was useful in any way. Thank you very much for watching it as always, and I will see you guys in the next video.